The way people pursued Ayurveda was always looked down on the Ayurveda.
At that time, survival itself is a big thing for Ayurveda people.
Suddenly you started getting about 600 orders a day, 400 orders a day. It is almost like you are getting 2 to 3 orders every single minute. Third month when we go back and check, we realized every single month I was losing about 40 to 50 lakh rupees. It was like, this is not the right model. I want to create value for myself and the people who have invested money in me, and I can't keep burning money forever. The beauty of the mind is, it can actually do hundreds of things. That's also the biggest trap as well. I look at the Subway and I feel Subway owner has got 50,000 stores. Every single morning they just wake up and do those 12-15 flavors of Subway. It's so boring, but that's where the money is. This formula works very, very well. For the first time we realized, okay, you are controlling the outcome. I'm the founder of Guduchi Ayurveda. I have been into Ayurveda space in the last 6 years, and typically I look after all the operations and marketing and finance and everything else. And the science part of the Ayurveda is something that my wife, Dr. Yamuna, looks after it. Over the last 12 years, 15 years, I've tried various businesses. The beauty of the mind is, it can actually do hundreds of things. That's also the biggest trap as well. Because mind can do anything and everything, people don't focus on one thing. They want to do all 100 things. Today I always wonder, I look at the Subway and I feel Subway owner has got 50,000 stores. Every single morning they just wake up and do those 12-15 flavors of Subway. It's so boring, but that's where the money is. My father wanted to do something. He said, I want to start my own pharmacy because now my honeymoon period is over. He was feeling alone. He was feeling like, no, I can't sit idle. So okay, let's do an Ayurvedic pharmacy for you. So that's how the idea started. Yamuna would always say, no, let's not do that. Let's not get into one Ayurveda once again.
There is no vision and there is no scalability at that time. Because of that only, honestly, I told Prashant not to enter Ayurveda field and all. Because at that time, survival itself is a big thing for Ayurveda people.
The market of Ayurveda was very small. To hit the right jackpot, I think we had to try a lot of things.
Because already I had built up 6 years clinical experience, and I developed many proprietary and classical medicine.
I started looking after the clinic, and I was in South Africa. She would prepare a lot of medicine. It was like for our own patients, so she would do all of that.
I used to work all 365 days like that, because my mindset is like, if the patient comes to me for a treatment, it's my responsibility, it's my personal care I have to give till the recovery.
She was already making a lot of differences to people's life, right? But she was putting in a lot of effort and it was not sustainable. I decided to move back to India, and the moment I came back, one of the first things that I noticed was we were trying to sell at least 50 plus SKUs from Patanjali, Ayurveda, and then hardly a margin of 6%, 8%. So I just said, why are we doing this? Then they were not convinced because people are coming. But do you have to serve everybody? We don't have to serve everyone, right? What I had to do was, she was preparing an hair oil in-house, and that was kept as a prescription. I said, let's not keep it as a prescription-based product, let's keep it as a over-the-counter product. So I just created a good 4x6 banner, and then I redesigned the label of the particular product so that it looked like a OTC product, and then I put a banner outside and started promoting on the counter. By the end of 1 month, I just created a complete report. This one particular product gave us 50,000 revenue. Then on the other side, we had this 50 particular product that was only giving 32,000 odd of a revenue. These 32 products gave me only 4,000 rupees odd profit, and whereas this one was giving me almost 18,000 plus profits. I said, let's focus on fewer things that we are good at. After doing that one particular product and after seeing the proof myself, I said, one day the entire shelf has to be only filled with Guduchi products. After seeing the success of the hair oil, because all that I had done was a 4x6 banner, it was giving a good revenue. I said, why don't you do something at a larger scale?
In 2016, we launched the Obesidad tablet actually. It will help to correct the metabolic rate, along with it helps to reduce the weight also.
It started doing so well. By the end of 4 months, we said, let's do the other product. We kind of almost introduced 5-6 hair care range of products together. We kind of tried launching that, looking at the success of Obesidad, I said, let's do this also. We had spent some money on this as well. So, and with this thing, suddenly there's a big cash flow issue, because the cycle, whenever a product moves through the distributor and the retailer, the collection cycle is almost like a 60-day cycle, right? Even though we say 30 days, but by the time actually money hits to you, it's a 60-day cycle. And then the entire show came to a kind of a standstill after that. We had the product, we had built a lot of buzz, but then the cash flow, because of the cash flow, we had to stop all the commercials and everything. And then because we built so much of hype, it caught attention of a surprise customer. So basically, there's a customer who was doing medical tourism in India. He was a person from Iraq. So he had seen our ad about Obesidad weight loss tablets. He had seen our hair care range as well. And entire Middle East is obsessed about the hair care range of products. And he wanted to do something big. And we were lucky enough, we got his first order. So when we got this order, we actually didn't have a proper manufacturing setup. Our manufacturing was only like 1,200 square feet was the area, where that's where we were doing the smaller batches for our own patients.
From 50 to 100, sudden jump to 10,000 is a very big thing and all.
The order size was almost like a 20-feet container. We had to produce the hair oil and shampoo alone. It was very difficult. We actually made a lot of jugaad. We were actually 1,200 square feet in a residential area that place was. We had put a temporary shamiana, and then we were running the show 24/7. We were actually processing. One of the things that Yamuna would say, no matter how difficult it gets, you will not break the process. You will not find any shortcuts. Finally, by the end of within 30 days of record time, we actually finished the production. Even today, it looks so beautiful when I saw that, and the entire container was filled with Guduchi product. So this one particular order actually kind of came as a big savior, and I think that was the first time we had actually drawn some profit for ourselves, and it was very exciting for all of us. Things look really bright. And then we got a second order from the same customer in Iraq. He asked for a different product altogether. We did a stability study from keeping in mind the Indian context. This is a big summer, and the temperature in Iraq is too high. All the tubes busted out. Everything was leaking. And customer obviously was not happy. The cost of production alone was about 50 lakh rupees for that particular cream. We said, we'll bear the cost, both the logistics cost as well as we'll have to refund him or find some solution. But I think every single time when something went wrong, my personality is always, we'll find a solution. So we'll figure it out. We had done 2-3 shipments already to multiple countries, and then we realized that okay, we can't be doing jugaad for the rest of our life. We have to do something realistic, right? So that's when we thought, let's have proper manufacturing in it.
At that time, we were like ants. We were thinking to buy an elephant and to feed that elephant.
During those 3 months, I started visiting all the possible bigger clients who could actually help me do at least 50-60 lakhs a month. Okay, that's the bare minimum that I had required to actually run the business profitably and everything. Finally, we got one customer who was a Baba running his own brand. I will not take his name. And that client started giving us almost like a 50 to 60 lakhs business every single month. We never anticipated there could be one unnamed Baba, not running a big brand. He could have so much of potential to buy 56 lakhs worth of goods. And the 4th month onward, it kind of eased a bit on us. Could actually breathe. For almost 7-8 months, we were fearless. Everything was going so smooth, so well. I started scaling up my sales team. We said, let's expand now. The entire focus was kept on, making sure that the whole process in the factory is right. We deliver the quality products and everything, right? So because of which, in that process, I didn't look out for any other equivalent big size client. By the time we were kind of stabilizing, on the 10th month, what happened was he was already old. He passed away. This was not happening the way I wanted, right? I knew that again it's going to cause a lot of stress. So at the end of the demise of this particular Baba, one of our biggest customer, we said, let's focus on D2C, because that's where my other friend was doing a good amount of money on that. So we said, let's shift our focus from the offline to the D2C. We raised about 2.5 crore from the angel investors, and then we'll use that money for the D2C business scaling. The moment which is the agency said, how much do you want to spend every month? I said, there is no limit. As long as you are hitting the 2 ROAS, go and scale it. I think when we were doing, normally we were getting about 40-50 orders a day. When we started scaling, suddenly we started getting about 600 orders a day, 400 orders a day. It is almost like we were getting 2 to 3 orders every single minute. That particular month we hit a revenue about 1.4 crore on the dashboard. We were not looking at finance and everything, because on the dashboard everything was looking very fancy. By the time I got myself free, and third month when we go back and check, we realized we had 40% returns of orders. These are all the fake orders somebody would place. This is a very common challenge in D2C brand. And with 40% RTO, that basically means every single month I was losing about 40 to 50 lakh rupees. By the time of 7-8 months, we had already lost 2.5 crore rupees that we had raised from the investors. I had to keep funding the business to survive. Now I had two problems. One side is a big manufacturing unit with all the team members. Then there is a team that is built up here in the D2C to process those orders. Everywhere there are people. The business is making losses. My other director, he said, don't worry, every other D2C business is actually burning money. Look at the bigger names like Amazon and Flipkart, they also burn money. But for me, deep down, it was not like settling. It was like, this is not the right model. I want to create value for myself and the people who have invested money in me, and I can't keep burning money forever. I think that's when I came across this 3-hour webinar from Rajit Tilreja. He said, he was pointing out to all the problems that I was actually had faced in my business. And I think by the time I finished that 3-hour webinar, things became so clear for me, because he's asking, if you are not selling a product to the right target audience. The moment he said that phrase, I was trying to see who is my right TG. At that point in time, because I had already run D2C, I had already done B2C, I had already done B2B, every single time in front of my eyes, my only B2C customers would come, because I had seen them face to face physically. And I did not even know how does my D2C customer look like, because I never interacted with them. Right?
I think it is a turning point for us. Generally on that day only we sat together, we discussed what has worked for us and what has not worked for us and all like that. At that time we got to know we are not good at selling products and all like that. What we are good at is it's our core value is like consultation and giving a good result to the patient and all is our core value.
Because I had multiple customers, then I had to choose which customer that I would want to serve to. We started with the clinic. We were really good at it. People accepted us, right? But the challenge in the clinic was, how do we ensure that this becomes scalable model? How do we, have more doctors? How do we do more consultations and everything? We said, let's shut down everything else. So we stopped D2C and we stopped all the sales effort for the factory as well. We have to focus on one thing now. And because Raji was also talking about a lot of systems in place. Like we didn't have we had a marketing, we had that, we had this, we had pretty much everything, but everything was kind of scattered.
At that time I felt India is a capital of diabetes.
Because it started giving us good response, by the time it was down the line 6 months, we said, okay, let's only focus on one disease, that is diabetes. Then moment we decided we're going to continue the clinic business, we started bringing in a lot of systems. In fact, in the program, what I've learned is there are every business, no matter which business you are, there are 7 functions. We started focusing on the 7 functions, whether I handled multiple parts of those functions, but at least there is a discipline.
We started training our doctors, we trained our receptionist also, pharmacist also, very rigorously.
Otherwise, it is like, you sit next to the doctor, you learn whatever you can. There's no structured systems in anything. And the marketing as well, or the simple things like, if somebody comes to you, calling them back, follow up, right? That's a simple system. With the adoption of all the systems, we realized that our revenues were consistent plus growing. Our revenues were consistent plus growing every single month, because we were trying to make the systems more and more stronger. For the first time, we realized, okay, we were controlling the outcome.
Before I was busy all 365 days in a year. Now I am visiting only once a day in a week to the clinic. Build a strong system, definitely it will sustain.
We stuck to just running the clinic, and that's when we got a large government order. This time, it's not like this time I didn't say, okay, since I got a one tender, let me look at how do I get more tenders. Whatever the money that I'm earning there, that's a good money that I'm going to make, and I'll keep it to grow my business in the clinic. The lot of the look and feel was actually kind of customized only for diabetes. Now is the time we've actually created a template, and it's the right time for us to, because the training model is ready for the doctors and all the team members, the training was ready. The look and feel is kind of templatized. I think now is the time for us to replicate. Now we have close to 10 branches. We have 10 plus branches now, and one of the things that I have seen is no matter which branch you go to, whether you go to Hubli or a Kolkata or a Bidar, wherever you go to Gulbarga, wherever you go, all the clinics look exactly the same way. What I realized is the importance of focus. In business also, start doing that one thing that you are good at, for which you can create a value, so just start focusing on one thing. In fact, this particular success formula is applicable in every aspect of my life, and even every new business that I'm helping or that I'm part of, this formula works very, very well. The more focused you are, the faster you can grow.